Lagardere is actually a French company. We operate travel retail through ports, train stations, airports. We employ everyone from customer service, warehousing, replenishment teams. The daily tasks for our employees are things like moving stock. Obviously from that we have soft tissue injuries from time to time. IPaM originally became involved with Lagardere because of the injuries that we were having. We obviously had a reporting process that was in place for reporting injuries. The problem was that there was no one really watching what was happening with that process, so a lot of the injuries that were happening weren't being reported.
Planning for safety is a proactive approach to preventing injuries from occurring in the workplace. When an employee sustains an injury, they obviously have to deal with the injury itself, but they also have time off work. They may have a reduction in their income for a period of time. This can affect their financial situation, which can have a knock-on effect on their family environment.
The concerns were for the safety of the individuals, for our employees really. I mean, they're the ones who are suffering from this. On the other side of it though, there's also rapid increase in premiums because of the injuries that have been sustained as well. So not only were we hurting people, it was actually costing us money as well.
Yeah, when I first started with Lagardere, the main safety issues that we encountered were lack of communication and committees set up through the region. So we obviously had to implement a consultative process with the team, get them on board and ensure that we had the right safety teams ready to start our process.
What was identified through the IPaM assessment process was that there were gaps in the reporting and planning stages of those systems. IPaM were able to do was facilitate identification of those gaps and actions to close those gaps effectively and make their systems more streamlined.
I first met our IPaM representative 6 months after I started with Lagardere. They explained the processes that they wanted to implement that would work alongside of what we already had in place.
Some of the suggestions that put forward by the advisor was that we needed a more robust reporting structure, but also we needed a way of being able to assess manual handling tasks and the risks within the business.
When IPaM was involved with our workplace, they came in and they helped us identify a lot of the risk areas to start with, but then helped with forming a safety committee, and this also then helped with us with identifying problems on a proactive sense.
Through the planning process, we've been able to implement our own safety procedures and obviously use some of what IPAM's shown us to incorporate into our everyday business. So from the moment that an injury is reported to when the employee comes back, it's only a matter of days of implementation rather than weeks of investigation and follow-up.
Part of induction, we teach the staff that haven't had any experience working in a place like this.
Having the IPaM advisors available whenever we needed them was fantastic and essential really to the program running effectively.
One of the important messages for safety and something that any business can implement is making sure that your senior management team is on board.
I think it's absolutely vital that senior management has a part to play in this as well, to provide resource to the whole business.
Employers need to consult with their workers when they're making change, but workers also need to consult with their supervisors or their employers if they have any concerns or if they've noticed anything that needs to be addressed.
It's been extremely beneficial. The employee gets involved, the management team get involved, and we make sure that these injuries do not occur in our business in the future.
A positive safety culture in an organisation is one where everyone gets involved in safety and everyone is committed to safety.
Having a standard reporting system is essential to get it right. You need that so that you can get everyone on board at the same time. Everyone knows what's going on and how it works and how it's supposed to work to get the best results.
Now that IPaM has come in, it's brought safety more to the front. The amount of incidents reported has gone up, but the amount of incidents occurring has gone down.
Lagardere's safety plan for the future is to always reduce risk and hazards. And in doing that, we've reduced premiums, we've reduced risk, we've reduced incidents, and we've increased morale. My commitment comes from my job, And my role in the business is to keep people safe, to reduce the potential for injury.
I recommend all other workplaces work on not only what you've got in place, but what you can learn from their program and try and incorporate the two to make one collaborative process. This will just streamline the entire work health safety process in your business. I have all the confidence in my business right now that when my employees turn up to work, they go home the way they arrived.